Hello and welcome to Rushton Caravans and Motorhomes. This is a handover video for a Lunar Clubman Si. When we come to the front of the van, we've got a stabilised Alco 3004 hitch. We need to make sure that the ball is kept dry and kept down to the bare metal, no rust, to allow that the friction pads within inside the hitch head will grip properly around the ball to reduce the chance of snaking. You've also got ATC fitted on here if you've got the right connections on the car, and that will light up green when you're good to go, and that will work effectively like ABS brakes, and it will regain control if there is some swaying whilst travelling. The gas locker is just here, so we need to make sure that we have space for the gas bottles, which can fit in the middle here. There is no chance of any leak inside the cabin because the unit is sealed. However, you do need to make sure that the bottles are secured in place, and there are holes in the floor to allow any gas that does escape from the bottle to drop. We've got our central heating exhaust just here, fresh water just there, and we've then got our battery fitted. We've got our mains that plugs in here, and then just behind you can see you can plug into the external aerial point if you've got that on site. You've then got fridge exhaust just there, you've got your grey water which is just here, and then you've got your fresh your toilet chemicals which go in here. So the pink goes in the top, and then we can then pull the cassette out underneath. To pull the cassette out, lift the orange handle, and then you're actually on wheels and extendable handle. But when you get to the emptying point, this orange tube here comes round, the grey cap comes off, and you can point it over the emptying point. Once you're over the emptying point, press this orange button here, release the air pressure, it makes everything a lot quicker. Once it's all being rinsed off, you can then twist this one round here, bring this one back, and the blue chemical, the breakdown agent, goes in the bottom there. On the near side, you've got an external barbecue point just there, a wet locker, and you've got access under the bed just there. As we step in, above the main door, you've then got your mains control panel, turn on using this one here. You've then got your entry lights, your awning light, and then the water pump. As shown outside, this part will plug into the side of the van, this part goes beneath the water line. Make sure that part goes beneath the water line before plugging that in. Once that's done, you can come in and press the water pump function there. To turn on the heating, the central heating, press this one until you get load to this screen. Press menu, and the first option is the temperature, and you can go from 5 degrees up to 30. The next one is the water boost function. The next one after that is the power source, so if you're going to use electric, so you can use 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts, and then the fourth option is gas. There is a best way of using it is to use a mixture of electric and gas, because the burner will get hot quicker, and the electric will maintain it. The bottom right has a little cog symbol, and that is if you wanted to then go into extra settings to be able to turn on for certain times, and to adjust. But for the simple elements to get started, room temperature, water, electric or gas. If in the middle of the summer you want hot water but you don't want the heating on, turn the temperature of the room down to 5 degrees. That will allow the water, because it's a combi boiler, to still warm up. Underneath the offside front bed we have the consumer unit. At the moment we're set up ready to go, so you can see you've got a system shutdown button just here, and we've got power. If in winter time or when you're not using it, you want to shut everything down, push the button, it will pop out, that will stop any power coming through. You've then got 4 isolators. One, the reverse polarity, so if the battery's been put in the wrong way. The charger is the next one, pushed in and lit up in green, because we're currently plugged into the mains. It will also light up if you've got the right connections on the car. The next ones are the space and the water heater. So these are the electric isolators, so we need to make sure that they're on and they're lit up because we're plugged into mains. If you don't turn these on and you try to use the electric on the Aldi central heating, it will not work. You've then got fuses, and you've got trip switches just here. If you are on site and you believe you've got mains power but nothing's coming through, if you press that yellow button there, the test button, if it trips out, it means that there's the power is coming into the van. If it doesn't trip out, it means there's a problem where the van is plugged into, so either using the mains cable or the plug socket that you are plugged into. Also under here is the Aldi central heating boiler and the power touch mover control box. That yellow flap that you can just see just there, that is the water drainage. In that up position, any water that comes in will go straight out again, because we set them to winterize once they're leaving the site. When you're going onto site, flip it down either side, left or right, and water will stay in the van. With the fridge, we need to make sure we turn on by pressing this button here. We've then got choice of gas, mains, or car battery. We can then change the temperature using this one here. The car battery will only maintain the temperature that you set before when you use the mains or the gas, and it will only work when the ignition is on. You've got your copy of your paperwork and keys just here. On the oven hob and grill, we need to make sure that this lid goes fully up before any gas will flow through. The electric ring at the top left is controlled by this one here. You've then got your two of the burners here, and the third just there. You've got your grill, which is controlled, which is there, and you've got your oven. On here you can see a little label that has the serial number on for this particular unit. If you ever need any parts, that's the information you'll need. In terms of the fridge, a very similar setup. Right at the back, just there, you've got the same thing, serial numbers for this particular fridge unit. So if you need any parts, you'll know why. The microwave is mains only and fixed in place. It is vented, so no need to take it out whilst travelling. The only thing we would say is take out the mains, the microwave plate, and if you store it somewhere like that, it's not going to then roll around whilst travelling. Inside this cupboard, you've got your multi-directional aerial, which is just there, so you can then follow the indications on the label here, but when you get onto site, you'll find where the signal is coming from, and you'll be able to get the best chance of signal. This one is the Aldi central heating header tank. It's got antifreeze in it, and as it warms up, you can see it now because the heating is on, it's whirring away. Through the work that we've done, we've checked the system and we are happy for it to go. If you ever do need to top it up, it's unlikely that you will, but you would remove the grey cap and the tube underneath, and you would add antifreeze in, and it's the Aldi antifreeze that you can buy from caravan and camping shops. You only add to the system though when it is cold, and you don't do it when it's hot, because antifreeze expands when it gets hot. Plenty of storage, and the bed lifts up. And then into the toilet space, we've then got our toilet. So rotational bowl just here. You've then got your catch, and you're going to use the toilet to the left to open. Use the toilet and press the flush, which is the blue button there. When you're finished, make sure it goes back in that lock position, and then when this one lights up, it's time to empty, and make sure again it's in that grey position. This is a heated towel rail. You then got your vanity unit, and you've got your shower looking good there. So those are the essentials for this Lunar. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask.